Hi, it's Ben Lightfoot Page here, and as I'll be reviewing the LEGO Wonder Woman Warrior Battle set number 76075. Here's the first minifigure of the set, and the first minifigure of the set is Wonder Woman. I really like the torso print on this minifig because it's really intricate. There's lots of nice details such as the straps and the belt, and I really like the lines they use to represent the texture on the costume. I also really like the face print on this minifig because it looks really accurate to how the character looks in the film, and I especially like the little bit of metallic printing on the top of the head to represent the tiara. One other thing that I really like about this minifig is the printing on the arms, because it's a really intricate print, and it's just really nice to have a print on the arms of this minifig, because it adds some extra detail. Around the back of this minifig there's some more torso printing, and a alternate face. The one thing that I kind of dislike about this minifig is the lack of dual molded legs, because I feel like it would have added a lot more detail, made this minifig look a lot better than it currently does. This minifig also comes with a few accessories. Firstly, there's a dark blue hood and cloak for the few scenes where Wonder Woman is wearing a hood. Then there's this silver sword for her to fight with. And finally there's this shield, which is in grey and metallic gold. I think that's a really good colour combination, and also the printing on it looks really good, and has lots of intricate lines. So in general these are some really good accessories, even though they are quite simple overall. Overall, this is a highly detailed, well printed minifig that is very accurate to how the character looks in the film. I just wish that it had some dual molded legs, because that would make it look even better than it currently does. Here is the second minifig of the set, and the second minifig of the set is Steve Trevor. I really like the torso print on this minifig because it has multiple layers, and that adds a lot of detail and depth to the minifig. There's also lots of nice details on the torso print, such as the buttons, the creases in the jacket, the pockets, and the belt. Another thing that I really like about this minifig is the face print, because it's a really expressive face print that really shows the personality of this character. I also really like the hairpiece on this minifig because it has a lot of texture and it looks really accurate to how the character looks in the film. Around the back of this minifig there's some more torso printing and a alternate face. Here is the first build of the set, and the first build of the set is Steve Trevor's plane. I really like the colour scheme for this plane because the dark tan and the grey contrast each other really well, and the colours make it look very realistic, which makes it look very unique compared to most LEGO planes, which tend to go with brighter, more cartoonish designs. And whilst that's good, I do personally prefer this, especially with how unique it is compared to most LEGO planes. Another thing that I really like about this build is the overall design and shape. My favourite section is this section here, because it has a really nice curved shape down here, and the overall design of this section is really good. I really like how smooth it is. One other thing that I really like about this build are these small details, such as these blue and white circles at the front, and these stars at the back. One small thing that I dislike about this build is the lack of tiles on the wings. I mean, it doesn't have to be entirely tiled, but I would like some of the studs to be covered, as it looks inconsistent with the rest of the build, and in general it just doesn't look very good, with all those studs showing. This build also features two play features. The first play feature is the stud shooters. Essentially you just push down on these, and then the studs fly off. They go really far, and they fire really well, and I also really like how well they're integrated into the build, so in general that's a really good play feature to include in this set. The other play feature in this build is two flick-fire missiles. Essentially how those work is you push on the back of them, and they fire out. They're kind of slow and they require a lot of force to push out, so they're not particularly a great play feature, but it's still a nice inclusion, and they're nicely integrated into the build. Overall, this is a very well designed plane build that looks very good and adds a lot of playability to the set. I just wish there were a few tiles on the wings because that would make it look even better. Here is the second build of the set, and the second build of the set is a buildable figure of Ares. My favourite part about this figure is the fact that it's essentially a giant minifigure, because it makes it fit in with the minifigures, and it just looks really good on display. I really like the overall design of this figure, because not only does it look like a minifig, which is a really good design choice, it also has some really nice details to it. I also really like these stickers on this figure, because whilst I definitely would prefer them to be printed pieces, they do look really good and add a lot of detail. The overall design work on these stickers is really good. I especially like these stickers for the belt, because that actually looks like it's made of fabric. I really like the overall use of the metallic stickers, because that adds a lot of depth and detail to this figure. The legs for this figure have a lot of really nice texture to them. I especially like the two spike pieces on the front, and the use of these triangle pieces on the side, because that just creates a really nice shape and a really nice design for the feet. One other thing that I really like about this figure is the head, because it has a really nice printed piece on the front of it, and the helmet for this figure looks really good. There's a lot of really nice texture to it, and it looks really intimidating and really detailed, and overall the head for this figure looks really good. In addition, I really like these silver metallic plates they used underneath the head, because those look really good and add some extra detail to this already really good figure. This build does feature quite a bit of articulation. Firstly, the arms can move all the way around. They do get slightly blocked by the shoulder armour, but that's not that big of a deal since they do still have quite a bit of movement, even with the armour getting in the way. Then the shield can spin around. It's not that useful, but that is some more articulation on this build. Then you can also move these two parts of the helmet to get a slightly different look, so you can either have these up, or you can have them down so the face is protected. Then this hand can swivel around, and you can use that for different sword strikes, so that's quite useful. Then the legs can go up and down. They don't move that much, but they move just about the right amount, so you can get this into a walking pose, or you can just have it standing still, and you can even have it sitting down. Then the head has the best articulation. You can just rotate it all the way around, 360 degrees. So yeah, in general, really good articulation. That's really useful for display and for play. Whilst overall I do really like this build, there are still a few things that I dislike about it. Firstly, the shield does look a little bit plain. I wish that there was a print or a stick on there. I would prefer a print, but any sort of detail would be better than just a plain grey shield. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it would definitely improve the design, and it would blend in with the figure, since the figure is quite detailed, and the shield doesn't really have any detail on it at all. The second issue that I have with this build is the back, because whilst the front looks great, and the sides look good, the back just looks really ugly and incomplete. This could have been easily avoided if they just added a few extra pieces, such as inverted tiles, but instead it's just really plain, and it doesn't look very good. I just wish a little bit more detail was on the back of the build, so it matched the detail level on the front and the side of the build. The third and final issue that I have with this build is the inclusion of random red pieces. They distract from the overall colour scheme and design of this build, and in general they just stick out in a bad way and don't look very good. That's it for this review. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe.